Episode 6, A Guide to Large Reef Aquariums.
We are adding sand and aquascaping the REEF LX 320.7. We love using CaribSea Life Rock because of its natural shapes and color, and it also is infused with bacteria from the Rag-A-Life technology, which reduces your cycling time. We offer CaribSea Life Rock bundles, and it can come with 4 different varieties. Shapes comes in 20-pound boxes and includes 2 arches, 1 donut, and 1 cave. This is the perfect all-in-one box for smaller aquariums. Arches comes in a 20-pound box and includes 4 12-inch arches. Adding arches to your aquascaping is really helpful to provide more swimming space for fish and also give a more open appearance. Original comes in 20 and 40-pound boxes, and these pieces are great for the base of your aquarium as they're going to be a little bit bulkier and they're going to help you create some height into your aquascaping. Shelf comes in 40-pound boxes. These are going to be all relatively flat pieces, and depending on what side, it's going to be completely flat or give you some kind of texture. These are great for creating platforms, overhangs, and provide good surface area for coral growth. Due to the size of the REEF LX 320.7, we're choosing to use 2 optional pieces. We have the 24-inch extra large and 36-inch mega arch. These arches are the perfect size for aquascaping a large aquarium. To make it easier on you, we've created custom Life Rock bundles for all of our Waterbox models to give you the best mix of rock for a beautiful aquascape. For more information, check out waterboxaquariums.com. So now it's time to start aquascaping. One of the first things you want to do that's going to help is to actually find a spot that's similar to the space inside the aquarium that you're going to be using. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than the actual inside of the aquarium. We're actually using the top of an aquarium crate. This is a great reuse for yours. You can also use table, cardboard, tape on the floor, anything that works just to give you a working area so you know how it's going to fit into the aquarium. Alright, so my first step to get started is I laid out some of my larger pieces that I'm going to use for my foundation. You always want to put your biggest pieces towards the bottom, as it's going to give you a good stable structure to build upon. So I have them all laid out here. I'm going to just start putting them into place, working with their placement. Don't be afraid to change it over and over again, because what you start with is probably not how it's going to end up. But with your bigger pieces, you're looking to give yourself some height, and then also building up whatever shape you're going for your rock. Alright, so I've decided to kind of focus on the right side of the aquarium first, build that up to my desired shape, then I'll move over to the left. So what I did is use some of the like caves, shelf, and original rock to build our bases, and then put the 24-inch arch over here, and I'm trying to build around it so it blends in and looks natural. I'm making sure to keep an eye on how wide I'm allowing the rock to be. I want to make it so that I don't have any rock touching the glass, or at least very minimal. The point of this is it's going to make easier cleaning for your back walls, and it's also going to provide a lot more swimming space for your fish and allow you to get better flow behind than under the rocks. Alright, so after about 100 different changes, moving of the rocks and all that, come pretty close to how I want the left side to be. I incorporated the big 36-inch arch, kind of trying to blend it in so it doesn't look like one giant arch just sitting there. So here's some things to kind of look for, because every aquarium's going to be different. It depends on what rock you have. But the main things you want to have going on with your aquascape to make it look the best and also be most functional is, one, a ton of surface area for corals to be onto. You need those flat surfaces, not everything vertical. So all those flat spots and different levels are going to give you less space to put coral. Now, can't forget about the fish. They need lots of swimming space, nice and open. So in ours, we have a lot of caves and swim through areas. There's a complete pass to the middle of these two. And you wanna make sure, especially if you're gonna have a bigger tank and you have tangs, angels, things like that, they do need a lot of spots to move around in. Also made it to where you're gonna be able to kind of always see where your fish are. They'll have plenty of places to hide and swim, but they're never gonna be behind a big old, block of rock. So we want to avoid that really big bulky wall of rock and kind of go with a more open scaping. Now that the Aquascape is done, it's time for us to move it into the LX 320.7. First thing I'm going to do in the right side is take each layer off and place it kind of in the order that it would build. So then I would be able to take the base, put it in, take your next layer and build up to try and make it as close to what we replicated here. Then I'll do the same thing with the left side. Once all the rock is in place and in the desired position, we'll go ahead and add the sand. Okay, we have the rock in the aquarium. Now it's time to add sand. For the LX 320.7, you're looking at anywhere from 10 to 16 pounds. These are 20-pound bags, just depending on how deep you want your sand bed. With the rock already in, what we're gonna do is pour this into piles in the open areas and then smooth it into the back area, under caves, under the rock. You wanna make sure it's evenly distributed throughout the aquarium. We have shown you how to pick out your rock, aquascaping, putting it into the aquarium, and adding sand. Your next step is adding water.